We're at Intricacy Red out here in Downey, and I'm here to introduce DJ Mental. So, I mean, just give me a gist of yourself. I know we just saw your fucking set here. You were second here on the lineup. Me and Chemo fucking loved your fucking set. Off the top, the two fucking tracks. The way you flowed it together, the way you built it up, I was just wondering how the next DJ was gonna do. But honestly, you fucking killed it.
It's hard. It's hard. Like, happy hardcore is such a niche. You know? It's such a niche. Like, when I got my first happy hardcore record in '94.
Yeah, dude, I was born in '94.
Yeah, most people aren't born in fucking '94. Like, fucking, you know. Yeah. I'm sure. Well, first of all, I should have made you guess my age. First of all, but.
Hold that thought. If you say you got your first thing at '94, I would assume you were like
at least fucking
18, 20. I think you.
Oh well, see, that makes me older.
Oh, that really?
Well,
I say he was probably 10.
I was 14.
Okay.
Got my first.
Damn, I was 4 years off.
First vinyl at 14.
What?
Paulina Taylor, like first. Okay, so when I fucking got into music,
yeah,
it was techno, but it was now it's considered old school techno, right? Like old school techno.
Yeah, I getcha.
Paulina Taylor. Don't know if you ever heard of Paulina Taylor.
No.
This is the first happy hardcore DJ I ever heard, and that shit. As soon as I heard it, fell in love. Fucking fell in love with happy hardcore. It was always a niche. It's a niche, just how it is today.
Yeah, exactly.
But like it's always been my shit. And when I when I hear people still like happy hardcore, I'm like, what? I'm like shocked. I'm like, what?
30 years later?
Yeah, I'm like, what? Why do you like? Why? I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why do you like happy hardcore?
No, I mean,
no, but it's fucking great.
I would tell you, me and him, we love happy hardcore for the same reason why it's called happy hardcore, bro. Like, it just brings that happy,
and it's hardcore. Yeah,
exactly. So it's a mixture of both.
Lays it out, man. Lays it out.
Overall, I think our biggest, I mean, we like Gammer, we like Darren Styles.
Yeah.
So like those are the main people we like. Oh, Scooter,
yeah. So like me growing up, it was like Stompy was real big, and Stompy's not even around anymore. Like I
recognize the name.
I think when he quit, I bought like 500 vinyl out there. He brought it from the UK, and he's like, here, and I'm like, I'll buy it all. That's so I have so much vinyl. I have like fucking happy hardcore from '94, but then like. I don't know what year my last vinyl purchase was, but it had to have been like 90.
But you still spin on those vinyls.
Oh yeah, no, my Techniques, best investment ever. My Technique 1200s are, love you guys.
Please.
My Technique 1200s, like, I bought them when I was 17, so they're like, I don't even know how to math, but they're really old. So I don't know how to math. They've lasted like longer, than a car, like a house almost. Like,
yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, they're awesome. So Techniques, I love vinyl. Yeah. I love mixing. I have I spin every genre now because happy hardcore is such a niche.
So small,
so I spin everything.
Yeah, like I forget his name, but your buddy, the promoter. Bakari, yes, he's the one who told me. He's like, he hasn't spun hardstyle live in like 10 years. So what made you stop those 10 years?
Oh, I have
without getting too personal.
No, I like just life. I've never been like that person that just I obviously
focuses on one thing.
I love DJing. I love like the crowd and stuff like that. But it was never like a drive.
Like the dream wouldn't be like becoming this world famous DJ.
No,
I get that.
For me, I love mixing music. Like I love being a DJ. That's why I never became a producer because I love DJing. I love my ideal DJing is like you have 2 songs. Yeah. But that mix is like my opportunity to create another song. So I try to create like a 3rd song in the mix. So you can certain genres like happy hardcore maybe not so much. But like trance, you can really techno, you can really create like that extra song in the mix, and so that's why I love DJing. I love with happy hardcore, usually I'll scratch and shit. So
we heard you scratch a little bit.
I didn't scratch today.
I saw you.
It's probably me trying not to fuck up, but no, it was vinyl is like fucking scratching vinyl, so Love scratching. Scratching on CDJs, not so much. The Denon, they have the motorized Denons.
Yeah.
Like those are really great to scratch too.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, it's just digital versus analog. Like vinyl is just
It's always
the thing.
That's the battle of the century.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, but
same thing with cameras. It's always digital or film. It's like whatever you want to go to.
no, really it is. And I don't like everybody has that whole like, oh, well, vinyl DJing is art because there's certain you have to hear it. There's a certain dynamic with DJing vinyl.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you can just if you've only ever played digital, you can go mix digital music all along. But digital DJ won't be able to come to vinyl and mix flawlessly.
It can't translate the
Yeah,
same way.
but a vinyl DJ could go to digital and mix flawlessly. It's not backwards compatible, but
yeah.
it's just how the turntables work.
Okay.
When did you first start DJing?
97 was the first time I bought like me and my buddy went in on a pair of turntables. They were actually 96 was our first pair, and it was the best techs. And for some reason, they were supposed to be awesome, and they weren't. So 97 was the first time I got techniques. And back then, we didn't know, like, we couldn't just like Google how to DJ.
Yeah,
Like,
the internet wasn't like that.
We went up to Dr. Free class. I don't know if you heard Dr. Free class.
No,
like
Dr.
Dr. Free class is like the record store. It's still around. It's moved a couple times, but like, we heard like electronic music, and me and my buddy were like, we want to do that. So we got fucking turntables. We got records. But we didn't know how to DJ. Like we couldn't like Google like how do you DJ? Like there wasn't. There was no Google back then.
Yeah.
So like we were just playing records, and the first time like we beat matched a record, we were just fucking. That's what you're supposed to do. Like we were so shocked. So we were like, that's what we're supposed to do. So from then on out, we were like, oh, we got a beat match. You know, we didn't even know what beat matching was. You know, like I said,
that was a good part.
You couldn't Google like how to beat match. There was no Google back then, so it was great.
That is sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you have a lot more to talk about when it comes to like overall
longevity of life in the electronic scene. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
never fell in love with music until I heard electronic music, and luckily back then I was able to hear it when I was still really young. Now like kids hear it when they're two, but like back in 94, 93 it wasn't like that big. Now it's really big.
Now it's everything,
Yeah,
every track.
I'm blessed that I fell in love with the music that has like sustained like so much. You know,
No,
it just
yeah.
brings so many people in.
And the way you talk about like how you didn't want to, your goal wasn't to be this full on DJ, worldwide DJ. It shows through your music, the way you mix, that you're very passionate about the music. Just because of the music selection, the way you were able to tell your story through their set, and the way you built it up from like a little, you're literally from the bottom up. Like so, like me and him understood that from the beginning. So we were so intrigued right from the first track of what you were gonna mix. And like I said,
I appreciate it, dude.
No, yeah.
That's what I like felt. Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring in, and I'm so happy.
I had a lot of video game vibes.
Yeah, well, that's happy hardcore, dude.
Yeah,
I love like, and
once I heard that, I was like, all right, it's gonna be one of those sets. Here we go.
Dude, that's just what I have on like some of my old like vinyl. It's just like it's old like 80s remixes. You know, you have. Dude, so like the Beatles, you know, you have fucking Madonna, like you got some old stuff. That's why I fell in love with it.
No,
I appreciate that it's still around, and I really do love the fact that the scene, this scene, like the electronic music scene, is what it is, and I love people fall in love with the music, and I just love the vibes of all the genres of music.
yeah, the Flare vibes, you know,
Yeah.
what the whole EDM is all about. It's sad to say that maybe in a bigger, massive events, that's actually getting lost. Because like we've gone to big, massive events like Beyond and all that, even pre-COVID, and like that was, it sucked because people are a little bit more hostile, you could say. They're like not like very friendly, and that's what sucks. But like that's what me and him want to try to bring back with the podcast. You know, the Flare vibes, the just the fact of like, at least my first experience when I go to a rave, when I went to my first experience as a raver, I walked into the rave. The first thing I saw was a stretch circle. I walked over there with my buddy Andy, and we just sat there. And we just started trading candy with people, started vibing, and I was just like, this is what raving is about, and that's why I fell in love with it.
Yeah, I think part of it is, okay, so like how I always look at it is like, there's genres of music, and like, I've had to overcome this so much with like all the genres of music.
Yeah.
So when somebody falls in love with a genre of music, like that's kind of like where they're stuck. So they're not like stuck, they are stuck, but then that they follow the people in that genre of music. So for instance, like whatever genre of music. So whatever genre brings them into electronic music, they're kind of stuck and they follow that crowd. And some of those crowds are shitty.
Yeah.
But until they actually expand to the whole existence of all the genres of electronic music, they will never open up.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's opening up to everything because it's all that vibe. You know, until you open it up, and when you're stuck on one genre, like I can tell, like people that come up and if they tell me they only like this genre of music,
Yeah, you don't appreciate that music. That's what we call ourselves, music and noise. That's our name. That's what we try to represent. Music and noise in general is just, it doesn't matter whether you listen to house and I hate that house. It's whatever that music makes you feel. I shouldn't down talk, I shouldn't disrespect you because of that. In other ways, I should appreciate that because it makes you feel great.
Dude, there's great music in every genre of music. There's not so great music. There's freaking Bieber music.
Exactly.
There's music in everything. You can always not like something. If you personally don't like something, then that's you. You can personally not like something. You can dislike something. That's not a bad thing. But when you hate on a genre of music because somebody else told you to
hate it or because they dislike it.
Why?
Yeah.
Like that's hard. Like why would you like?
I used to say I listen to every type of music except country. I got my heart broken.
But now
I listen to fucking country music.
Country is fucking
exactly,
great.
bro.
It is.
Yes, bro. Country music is the shit.
There's some fucking great shit. It's
yes,
just like it's music.
I know.
It's fucking music.
Exactly, man. So you have to learn how to appreciate the music all around.
Yeah. So it's I get like everybody has a day one.
Yeah.
Like everybody has a day one. And that's what I love about certain types of electronic music that I wouldn't necessarily ever be into, like dubstep. Even though I love scratching dubstep. Like scratching the dubstep is fucking fun. I love that.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But see, like when dubstep came around, I was like in the trance scene, and so like trance scene are fucking amazing, loving people. But they're some of the most music bigoted people I've ever like I'm just like, oh fuck, dude. Like I'm like, well, I don't like that type of trance. I said, well, fuck that trance. I'm like, wait, it's trance.
Yeah, it's
they're like, no,
trance.
fuck that trance. So but again, it's just like everybody has day one. You just gotta breathe, and I love that's what Happy Hardcore gave me, because like I knew it was never gonna be fucking superstar DJ making $1 billion a year. It was passion, it was love, and that's when I fell in love with it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I'm repeating myself, but you could that translated throughout your set. You know what I mean? So you're telling me
I may not appreciate it sometimes.
No, for real, from the bottom of our hearts, from us listening to Hearts our whole life, like that was an epic fucking set, man. And I'm glad we fucking came today and fucking met you, man.
Yeah.
So are we gonna expect you to do any more hardstyle sets in the future?
Yep, I mean probably. But Mario Brian booked me again. Like it will, you know, we started doing these Intricacy Red shows like when everything got locked down, and so we went to like Twitch, you know, and so he started having like hardstyle shows.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like it really depends on, you know, people come out. You know, people
I
come
hope
out.
they do, man.
Yeah.
Because this is the whole local scene. Essentially, it's a local scene, and people just have to come out and support. It doesn't matter if it's not like a big name promoter like BassCon or like something related to Insomniac or Hardstyle Arena. Like no, like if you truly love hardstyle and you're truly passionate about hard dance and it makes you feel amazing and it makes you feel great and it makes you forget about all your problems, why not try to do that and support the local scene, man? It's a fucking Sunday. It's a party from 3 to 5. Like, why not just come out and support?
Yeah.
What else do you got to do on a Sunday but recover from what you did last night?
Yeah.
Why not recover here with some friends, listening to the music you love, and starting your week right?
Yeah, that's why I love Bakari. Bakari, like when I'm at Bakari, he's like was it like he looked at him like a trans promoter, and then he started. He's not like he's just like the people that he's brought out, like the people that like he finds, the DJs that he finds are just like I'm like, why has that DJ never been in my life? Like he finds like DJs, artists that like nobody's ever heard of, that are just like people need to hear. And so he brings people out, and when he started the hardstyle stuff, you know, it's just that's like.
Well, a prime example would be yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
10 years away from a live scene, bringing you back and just coming back hard like that.
Yeah.
Man, much.
Yeah, I would
love
to do it again. I'm sure I will. With, you know,
Oh, yeah, if not with them, we're planning on trying to do something next year, or if not, like we also like we do a podcast on the side. This is so completely different from this, but like, I mean, it seems like you have a lot to talk about, so we would like to possibly have you on our podcast.
Yeah.
And do like a 15-minute set or whatever, and we'll upload it for you and have like that launching up.
Yeah,
I mean, we love your set, the hardcore. Why not try to repeat that?
Yeah,
you know?
no, for sure.
So I mean, overall, I mean, what do you have to say? Like, what? How can I say this?
What I like is like just love. I mean, right? Like love. Like really. Like it depends where we want to go. If we're talking about music, love. We're talking about life, love. Like
I guess it all revolves around love, right?
Right.
So just love the music. Don't hate on people. Don't hate on people the way they listen to the music or why they like the music. It's just love, man. And I mean, it's all love and peace. We're right here at DJ Mental. We're right here on the hot seat out in Downey. Man, I really appreciate this. I love your set.
Appreciate
Thank you and peace.